Okay, let's see. All right, that's running. That's one. Hi, guys. Just waiting for the YouTubes to start, and it's started. Please, oh please, YouTube TV, stop trying to get me to pay money for your service. It's just not going to happen. Hi, guys. I'm back. Let's play some more Rogue Trader. We'll see if Streamlabs decides that it wants to play well with others tonight. My expectation is not, and I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do about it. I haven't found any potentially useful pieces of information. I haven't looked extensively, but I've given a cursory look and found nothing helpful at all. I will press a key. Alright. We blowed a hole in it.
I always have a backup plan.
Everybody with me? Alright, where are we off to? Make it to a meeting with the air. Door to the mess deck is stuck. Must be a way to open it. We blew it open. We need more powerful weapons. We got them those. We need to make it to the meeting with the air. Do we know which way we're going? Loot. 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 Is there a loot down here?
I know how to take risks.
I do know how to take risks.
This ocular implant was a worthwhile investment.
I will lead us to fortune.
I'm going to lead us to fortune. Or possibly not. The benches and even the cogitator torn from its proper place, stacked from a rough semblance of a barricade. We've got some goods here. To inventory. A multi-key. Multi-pass. The opposite direction, perchance? Goods there. Hold on, I found some more goods. I can't leave without the goods, man. You know? Now those will all go to where I need them to be.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Exactly. I couldn't have said it better myself. In fact, I kind of did say it myself. I have a multi-key. Well, I can hold on to the multi-key. I might need that later. I can go ahead and use my tech skill.
That's how it's done.
That's how it's done.
Is there money to be made? I have a nose for profit and a taste for adventure.
And we got more goods here. Ooh, a helm. Deck officer's helmet grants 5% armor. I'm going to collect that. Who do I want to put it on?
I'm at your service.
Abelard's the crazy bastard who keeps running. And charging at things. A little bit of helm. Probably do him some good. And good evening if anyone's actually there. Which I don't know again because if there's someone there, Streamlabs isn't showing me again. Thanks, Streamlabs. Really love your work. Are we going anyplace here? I guess not. So he came all this way down here just to get in here and not go anyplace else? Okay. All right then. I'm not sure where
Keep
we're
your
going
wits
yet.
about you.
Well, this thing looked like it might be... Oh, or we could cross here. That would, you know, work. Well, things are blowing up. That's probably not good. Okay. What's this? Did they shoot us with something? I can't see a thing. The roar of flames rings in your ears. The choking smoke makes you cough and gasp for air. You instinctively recoil from the scorching heat, wiping your face. A moment later, a hazy silhouette forms in the raging wall of fire. You're surrounded by ear-splitting noise and screaming, yet you distinctly hear the sound of footsteps. And then you see a figure walk out of the fire towards you. It's Theodora von Valancius. That seems a little unlikely.
Are you lost, my heir?
Yeah, that's why it was unlikely. Her expression is calm, terrifyingly so for someone whose body is engulfed in an inferno. One of her hands is resting on the hilt of her power sword. The other is raised in an inviting gesture. Are you lost, my heir? I kind of think she's got a friend inside her little head.
An apparition. A sorceress apparition. Trickery of the warp.
All right, Argenta says it's a trick of the warp.
Sister, you will lower your weapon. Threatening the Lord Captain is outrageous.
Despite his commanding tone, Abelard doesn't sound too confident. He's staring at the rogue trader. You notice his muscle in his cheek twitching. This is impossible.
You are aware of the limits of what is possible. For your worldview is but an iota of what a rogue trader knows and sees. But I can tell that you would like me to share that.
Yeah, I don't think that's Theodora.
That power over reality. I can lead you out of these flames.
Sounds like a bad guy.
Rid you of pain, and give you a weapon so that you may defeat your enemies.
She watches you without blinking.
Decide.
Her snake-like gaze almost makes you forget about the fire searing you, leaving burns on your skin. No, that's... My mouth begins to salivate. Each word Theodora speaks is like music to my ears. The entity that now dwells in the deepest recesses of your mind is pleading, begging, demanding that you give her an immediate answer, and that answer can be nothing other than acceptance.
Do not listen to this abomination. If there is naught but his light in your heart, if you are resolute in your faith, then step into the flames. The Emperor protects. His faithful will not be deterred by either darkness or deceitful promises. Nor will the fire burn those who carry the torch of faith in their soul.
Yeah, fire burns pretty much everybody.
To the void with you. We need to follow Lady Theodora before we suffocate in this furnace.
That's not her.
The people! The survivors from the middle decks! We must help the crew! Lead them out! Find a way around!
Over the roaring flames you hear distant sounds, frightened voices, screams, muffled and distorted, as if there were a body of water between you and them.
Then we'll miss our chance to meet up with Adolf. What are we waiting for?
Sometimes your character will have to make tough decisions based on their values, interests, and goals. Such decisions can affect their convictions. This can develop in 3 directions: dogmatic, iconoclast, heretical. Each includes 5 ranks. The higher the rank, the more zealously the character follows their convictions, and the more noticeably the world around them reacts to their actions and decisions. Promotion through the ranks of each of the 3 directions opens up new access to new dialogue lines, events, unique abilities, and other changes. It also changes the attitudes of others towards your character. Also, some items can only be equipped by character with certain convictions. When one of the conviction branches reaches rank 3, votary, it becomes the character's main focus. When that happens, the other 2 conviction branches cannot be raised above rank 2, adherent. Your character's allies have convictions of their own as well. Dogmatic, walk through the fire, the Emperor will guide the righteous on their path. Heretical, accept the offer of help, take the pain away and give me the power. Iconoclast, get the people off the bridge. I will not leave my people to harm's way. I will not leave my peoples. Yep, iconoclast. Get the people off the bridge. By right of blood, the bridge over the lower deck is impassable. An alternative way to the rendezvous point must be found. You look away, and the illusion breaks. The unbearable heat instantly makes your skin burn, and the voices of the people beyond the shroud of smoke grow stronger and hopeful. Once you and your companions rush back, barking orders and guiding the survivors. In your determination, you completely forget about Theodora. And when you turn your head, you see nothing but bellowing fire. Iconoclast, plus 15. Hey there! I appreciate that. I agree. Let's go. And good luck stream. I approve of both of these messages. Fall back. We'll go around. Yes, we will.
Where did she eat? The thing that was standing in front of us in the fire? I could have sworn.
To the same place all unholy visions go. Do you want to follow it, witch?
Can we not quibble amongst ourselves, children? Alright, see if this has changed any. Benches and even cogitators torn from proper place are stacked high in a rough semblance of a barricade, but we can't break through, I think, or we would have some option to do something there.
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
Perhaps... oh, there we go.
Duty prevails.
Oh, it's easy. Just make yourself a bridge. By the bridge over the lower deck is impossible. An alternative way to the rendezvous point must be found. Well, I think we found it, by goodness and by goshy.
Let us not dawdle.
I agree. Let's not dawdle. Am I missing somebody? No, it looks like we got, yeah, Adira and Argenta are both there. Everyone is together. Kumbaya.
Too late. We are too late. Or perhaps Edelthrad and his escort never made it here. Which would be even worse.
Or they could be fighting on the bridge as we speak. Without us.
We've got more dudes.
My lord, I beg your pardon for interrupting. The people are asking for orders. You came back to save us. So now we will follow you through thick and thin.
Well, that's appropriate.
To the bridge. If Edelthrad is there, then he requires immediate assistance. I say there is one thing that I find most troubling. The Lord Captain's Voxcasts. They are still coming in, even though it would make sense for Lady Theodora to be on the bridge right now, at the head of the counter-assault. I feel uneasy. What if the Lord Captain is besieged in her own chambers? With your permission, I suggest that we confirm for ourselves that she is not. We can use the same elevator that Lady Theodora and Mort headed for earlier.
Okay. Make it to the meeting with the heir. Well, we got here, but he wasn't here. And they just went in that elevator, so presumably there's another elevator around here somewhere. That one? Evidently not.
I always have a backup plan.
Got quite a ways to go. Let's get hoofing. The only real problem with the game so far is the mapping system is not especially helpful. Well, he's shooting at something.
Is there money to be made?
Alright, we can't get down there, it seems like. Alright, we're now here. Perhaps here?
Keep your wits about
We
you.
could deal with this.
More goods. We got reinforced thermoplast, adamantine hilt guards, and some consecrated promethium mix. That sounds like a party. We've got another loot box around here somewhere. More
What
goods.
do we have here?
Carbon fiber, data conduit cable coil, diamantine armor plating, monomolecular edged bayonets, and profane blades. Again, that just sounds like a fun evening here on the ship.
Let us not dawdle.
Whoop. What was that? This clearly does not serve as a stateroom. The generators, machines, and crude wall paneling indicate that it's a maintenance module rather than an area for receiving guests.
I always have a backup plan.
Lord Captain's quarters. We're off. Let's see, to cargo or to inventory. Lots and lots of swords. Well, I guess... well, what are the percentages here? Is that the cargo capacity? Okay. Well, these are a bunch of really poor guns, it seems like. Scrappy auto guns and cheap-ass swords. Let's go ahead and just leave. The captain's quarters. So evidently, once again, Streamlabs has failed to give me an accurate count of my viewers, or any count at all. It says 0 of you. Well, I want to thank all 0 of you for hanging out with me on a Saturday evening. Spoiler, I know it's not 0. Reach the secret lift, find Theodora von Valancius. Oh, we got a deader. Oh, that's not looking good. Is she dead, or will she have some last words for us?
I know how to take risks.
The murder scene. Theodore von Valancius' body is sprawled on a large, blood-drenched desk. The Archmilitant's corpse, still clutching a weapon, is slumped against one of the bulkheads.
Emperor, accept thy faithful souls.
No! Lord Captain, I didn't hear a thing. Not a whisper, not a breath. It was so loud. Why didn't I foresee this?
Because you're not very good at your job?
Lord Captain, who would even dare? Unless that rat, Voidsphere.
Let's see, almost certainly he loathed Theodora. I doubt it. Voidfear wished humiliation and suffering upon Theodora, not a swift death. I'll say nothing.
How could Mort have failed her so terribly? The Archmilitant was born on a death world. He had lightning-fast reflexes.
I can look at things in my own way. If you find something that might bear the imprint of the killer, just give it to me, and I'll try to see what secrets it holds.
I'll check the Archmilitant's body first. Like he has, say, a knife stuck in him. Auto pistol shot went straight through Mort's forehead, spraying the floor and furniture with blood, brain matter, and shards of his skull. So, he's going to need some time off? The safety of the Archmilitant's weapon is off. The killer must have been a split second quicker than he. You lean closer to the body. The cause of death is apparent. What ended the rogue trader's life was an auto pistol shot. Extraordinarily accurate one at that. Theodora's face bears an expression of surprise, the last emotion she experienced in life. Well, let's see. Fast enough to beat Mort. And she was surprised. Might be our counterpart in attempting to become the Lord Captain. Something on the floor catches your eye. A heap of blood-spattered parchments and scrolls that must have fallen off the desk. As you lean close down for a closer look, you notice something small, shards of glass scattered on the floor. Adira, would you try touching Theodora? You might be able to see the killer through her eyes. Inspect the shards by the desk. Difficult to say what exactly was broken. The object fell on the floor, and that is as much as you can ascertain. Upon a closer examination, the shards appear to be iridescent rather than completely transparent, as if they'd been submerged in promethium. Adira, what do these shards tell you?
I see streaks of color, luminescence, blue lights, faces drawing closer. Lady Theodora and Conrad and...
Exactly, they'll walk it off, rub a little dirt into it and walk it off.
Something dark, enormous. Oh, this glass thing was something foul, that's for sure. Tainted witchcraft.
You cannot tell if Argenta's remark is directed at the glass shards or Adira itself. I'll inspect the papers. Reports, accounts, dispatches. You go over the scrolls until you stumble upon a document that's starkly different from the rest. It's a handwritten letter signed with the initials XC and a seal with a symbol that is vaguely familiar to you. Items, a handwritten letter with a seal. Lore, Imperium test succeeded and sends a shiver down your spine. The author of the letter, addressed to Theodora von Valencia, signed it with the seal of one of the holy ordos of the Emperor's Inquisition and the secret police of the Imperium that relentlessly hunts heretics, Xenos, and other enemies of humanity. I gained 20 experience in Imperium lore. Adira, would you try touching Theodora? You might be able to see the killer through her eyes.
It doesn't work like that. I can try to read the memories of objects, but dead bodies are a different story. Something like that would require her soul. And after what we saw on the officer's deck...
I mean, the flaming image of her? Yeah, that would deter me as well.
Yes, the crucible of battle calls to me once more.
You're a little bit mental when it comes to the crucible of battle, aren't you?
No, wait! We must see if we can find anything.
Adira, you can't bring her back. Let her go.
You'd give up so easily, old man? I expected as much from the sister. It's not like she has a heart. But you?
I wonder if these
no.
will be future
I'll get to
points
the
of
bottom
contention
this.
between the
I'll
members
find
of
the
my
one
little crew
responsible
here.
for murdering the Lord Captain. And when I do, that scum will regret the day they were born.
Well, we've got chests here, so that lootiness. The murder scene looks like something caught the victims by surprise. No one had time to react to what was happening. Now, we'll go over here and see what goods we can get out of the chest. Ooh, a cloak. Rogue Trader's cloak. Well, I'm going to wear that. That's going on my back, because I'm now the Rogue Trader. It's red here, but it's blue here. That's fine. It's fine, really. I guess it's fine. Handwritten letter. Oh, here's the letter. Esteemed Theodora, a change in circumstances has demanded your immediate assistance in our mutual cause. Forthwith, upon receiving this letter and performing the necessary preparations of the crew, you are to depart for the Reichad system. One of my acolytes, interrogator Heinrichs von Kalox, operates there at present time. Upon your arrival in the system, you will, without delay, make contact with him and offer any assistance required of you, after which you will provide him passage to the Furibundus system aboard. Your ship. On footfall, the interrogator will remove himself from your presence to await further instructions. Anticipating any questions you may have, I will stress that the nature of Interrogator Van Kalox's activities on Reichad Manoris is of no concern to you. If required, Van Kalox himself will disclose the details of his mission. May the Emperor's light be with you, XC. And the mark of the Inquisition. The Inquisition! What a show. Movie reference. Let's see, we also have operator's gloves. Oh, well, I would like those, as in that I am an operator. A rather smooth operator, if truth be known. That's my old sniper rifle. We have a couple melta charges. We still have a multi-key and the handwritten letter. All right. I had the cloak. There's goods over here, too. I missed a fair number of goods back there where we were having fights. Ooh. Theodore's Rosary. The wearer of this amulet gains 10 bonus to commerce and lore. Well, I will also wear that then. And there is one more cargo back here. Is it on him? Yeah, it was on him. Can't be equipped by this character. Dogmatic follower. Helmet of the Devoted Protector requires Dogmatic. This helmet grants its wearer immunity to enemy critical hits for the first 3 rounds of combat. I'm going to assume, no, that can go on
I woke up with a feeling of wonder.
Argenta.
As if a field of flowers.
Found an item that can only be equipped by certain characters. Yep.
A child was saved.
Exactly
from
what I
death.
figured.
1,000 heretics were burning alive, begging and sobbing and howling.
She is really quite the party animal, bringing everyone up with her jokes and witticisms and little sayings.
These calculations are for commoners. I don't make mistakes. I make profitable learning experiences.
Edelthrad was going to confront Kunrad and his heretics on the bridge. He'll need all the help he can get. Rogue Trader Theodore van Valancius desires to personally meet with the person recently brought aboard the flagship. A storm is brewing over the dynasty, and the Lord Captain has something important to share with her heir, if she ever gets the chance. Doesn't appear that she did. Doesn't look like we've got anything over here. Except evidently we've got pretty good ventilation. You can note that the various banners are rustling in a invisible wind. Everyone with me, please. Everyone. Beware I don't know if there's anything else in here. Not going to really look like it, I don't think. Oh, I don't know. Maybe we can summon... Oh, we've got unfriendly friends.
Beware the ire of the witch.
Come to chaos.
We've got a combat servitor and a bunch of heretic cutthroats. Most of whom only have 1 hit point, but a few of them have 6. Alright, Abelard, we're going to move him to here. And we'll move our own good self to here. We'll move Idira to there. And we'll move a good sister, say, to there. Light and medium armor. Armor protects the character from incoming damage. Light and medium armor types are both available to you at the moment. The armor stat indicates the percent of incoming damage from an enemy attack it can absorb. The type of armor also influences the chances that the character wearing it will pass a dodge test. The higher the dodge penalty, the lower the chance to pass the dodge. A character in light armor dodges attacks more often but takes more damage when hit. Medium armor absorbs more damage but the character is hit, reduces their mobility and ability to dodge. Some talents allow characters to use different types of armor more effectively. You have obtained heavy armor. Unlike light and medium armor, heavy armor provides the ability to deflect damage. Deflections, a unique heavy armor stat that reduces damage taken by a specified amount. Heavy armor has a higher armor rating than medium and light armor, but also usually has a higher penalty to dodge, making it harder to dodge. Only characters with heavy armor proficiency talent can wear heavy armor. So, I believe Abelard is up.
Indeed. I took care of this one.
Alright, he took care of that one. And now...
At your back is one fewer target.
That's 2 down. Let's see, Abelard can brace for impact. Cooldown for 1 round. The Navy officer and their allies. 3 cell radius gain +2 deflection for each archetype taken. I'm going to go ahead and assume that one of these guys might take a pop at me, so I'll brace for impact. Next up is me. You know me, you love me. Or maybe you don't. 1 enemy creature, 30 cell radius operative moves all exploits, decreasing the target's dodge, parry, and all that. Well, I'm going to go ahead and use that on the big guy.
On it.
And then I'm going to shoot him real hard.
Who, if not me?
He's got armor. Enemy's status. You will encounter enemies with various abilities and features. An icon next to the enemy's portrait indicates they are under the influence of some kind of effect. Click right mouse button to see more info. Wish to learn more? Click right mouse button on the portrait or the enemy themselves. So, he's got armor. He's heavily damaged, and I put exposed weakness on him. Okay. And the sister is up, and so I think it's time for a burst fire.
I'll do it.
Run and gun gains 4 movement point. The next attack. No, I don't think so. Furious grants momentum. Let's go ahead and we'll go to Adira. And I think she's going to use her electricities.
Anything else?
Nice slow-mo on that. I'm not sure if that slow-mo was necessary, but I'm not going to say no to the slow-mo. What did he... Okay, she dodged. And he shot his own guy and also hit me, but for 0 damage. Abelard is a monster. Everybody's pretty good so far. Actually, frankly, the Sororitas has not been is the only one who hasn't shown any real impressiveness in combat so far. Good evening, Fat Body, and welcome. Hope your weekend is kicking ass. As you will remember, I required. Get a better understanding of what's transpired in combat by checking the combat log. All actions performed by your character, their companions, or blah, blah, blah. Got it. And we leveled up. And because we're cool like that. Next, I guess I have a choice of 2. I get the dismantling attack. Immediately inflicts 1 exploit on all enemies in combat. Then makes a free attack against a target. That attack always hits until the end of combat. The target of this attack suffers a minus 30 penalty to dodge, minus 30 penalty to armor. And the other is choose talent. Do I get both? Looks like I gain both. Yeah, so I get the dismantling attack. And I get to choose a talent. Oh, very nice. Talents. Yes, my precious. Let's see. Fresh target. When the operative attacks an enemy that is at full wounds, that attack deals 10 plus PER bonus more damage to the enemy. Instant exposure. Well, I could just stand on my chair and drop my pants if you're interested in instant exposure and near instant banning. Tide of Excellence. Whenever the operative triggers an exploit on an enemy, the operative gains +1 damage and +2% armor penetration until the end of combat. Only applies to the first projectile in a burst attack, and it stacks. Weak body, weak soul. Exposed weakness also reduces enemy toughness and willpower. Ballistics calculation. If the operative attacks a target affected by an exploit from a distance of 15 minus PER bonus cells or further, attack deals extra damage. Combat insight. While the operative's perception bonus is 10 or higher, they gain +1 AP and ignore enemies' deflection. Wow, there's a lot of these. Bear with me here for a moment. I'm going through these. If the target of analyzed enemies has 2 or more exploits, that target suffers 1 additional exploit. At the start of the operative's turn, the enemy with the largest number of exploits receives an additional exploit stack if 2 or more enemies are tied. One of those a choice and at random. Convert protocol. While the operative is in half cover, their cover efficiency is increased by 15%. This bonus is doubled if the operative hasn't moved during the turn. Improved tactics is locked. Inflict despair whenever the operative hits an enemy that is affected by both an exploit and explosive weakness. They lose 3 movement points and their damage is reduced. A couple more that are locked. Joint offense. While attacking targets afflicted by exploits. Offensive pattern prediction. The operative suffers -3 times int bonus. Less damage from enemies affected by exploits. Passive learning. On their first turn of combat, the operative randomly distributes the same number of exploits as when using analyzed enemies among all enemies in a 10-cell radius around the operative. At the start of each of the operative's subsequent turns, they distribute half as many exploits. Kind of like that one. I like passive stuff. Historically, I'm a big fan of passive stuff. If an enemy affected by an exploit is within 5 cells, the operative attacks the operative of their ally. That enemy suffers an additional exploit. Sharpshooter. Operative has not moved this turn. They gain +4 ballistic skill and the int bonus over 2 damage on single shot attacks for every 5 cells between them. That's pretty good. Uncanny Sight inflicts an exploit even on enemies which are out of the operative's line of sight at the start of the turn. Inflicts exploit even on enemies which are out of sight. So does that all enemies including them? I'm not sure. Wow, there are a lot. Bear with me, guys. Holy crap. Be Smart. Anytime an ability. Bloody Mess. Anytime a Voidborn character scores a critical hit, 10% chance to double the damage. Contagious Luck. Anytime an ability. A Voidborn character. So this is Voidborn talents, I guess, because my character is Voidborn. Means born in space. Can instead use intelligence if it's higher. Additionally, Voidborn characters can always upgrade intelligence, even if their archetype doesn't allow it. I like the sound of that. Contagious Luck, using a non-damaging ability on an ally, grants the ally the ability to reroll any failed attack. Wow, that seems really good. With a 20% chance of success. Oh. Jinx, while a Voidborn character has more than 50% wounds, all chances of all creatures in a 3-cell radius are increased by 10%. Just a flesh wound, the Voidborn character has a 20% chance to survive after suffering lethal damage, surviving with 1 wound. I'm going to go ahead. Let's see what these are. Start of their turn. The Crime Lord, okay, because I am a Crime Lord as well. These are the Crime Lord abilities. Got it. So they're broken up into batches. I guess this is Operative. This is Voidborn, and this is Crime Lord. Start of their turn, if Crime Lord has no stacks of Surefire Plan, they gain 1. An enemy affected by Surefire Plan, also Escape Plan. The bonus to dodge and parry from Surefire Plan is increased. Killing Plan. The bonus of Surefire Plan is increased. Killing at least 1 enemy restores 1 stack of Surefire Plan. Once per combat, if the Crime Lord has at least 1 stack of Surefire Plan, they do not die from lethal damage. And those are advanced skills, which are locked. Base skills. Oh, okay. I lost a bunch of carouse during character creation. Logic. Is there no int? Can I not up my int? Characteristic training. int. Character gains 5 int. Character may improve any trained characteristic, even if their archetype or origin doesn't allow it. Okay. There are a ridiculous number of options. I just want to be clear about that. I'm just not sure that's good enough. Just give me another sec. I'm terrible about these things. Oh, these got +1s. Improvements. I'm not sure why they have the thumbs up on them. What the thumbs up? Because I used them? Fresh target whenever he attacks an enemy that is at full wounds. Exposed weakness costs 0 action points. That seems good. I'm going to go with that. There we go. I figured it out. Terrible choices, but they're mine. I'll try to make these faster because these are on the slightly more understandable characters. Warrior immediately restores all AP and MP and gains an agi bonus until the end of the turn. They do not lose MP after performing attacks. Warrior has no limit on melee weapon attacks this turn. That seems good for him, certainly. Thick skin. Warrior gains 1+1 damage deflection. Their parry chances increased. Yep, we're going to go with that right off the bat. We're just going to take that because it seems good. Next up, Idira. She also gets dismantling attack. She, like me, is an operative. She also is a psionic exposed weakness, tide of excellence, instant exposure. We're more interested in her. At the beginning of every combat, the Psyker's allies gain 15% critical strike chance. That seems pretty freaking good. Sure, all my characters will start with a 15% critical hit chance until they crit. I talked me into it. See, I told you I'd be faster with the rest of the characters. It's just I have so many difficulties making up my mind and how I can make myself more awesome. Self-improvement is very, very important to me. Soldier gains the ability to make a number of extra attacks equal to the weapon's rate of fire, minimum of 2, using the weapon attack that normally costs the least AP, so for her that would be the single shot. These attacks do not spend AP until the end of the soldier's turn. Their first attack against each new enemy automatically scores a critical hit. Jeez, that seems good. Camaraderie. For each adjacent ally, the soldier deals additional damage. Exploit surroundings. Cover efficiency increased. Fired up. Whenever a soldier deals damage, their critical damage is increased by 1% until the end of combat. Rack and Ruin. After they deal 3 to... rapid reload. Reloading costs 2 AP. The first reload does not cost AP at all. Bonus. She's got agility of 50. Critical hit chance bonus double against enemies from whom the soldier is protected by cover. Demolition Engineer. Forewarning is locked. What else does she have? Better to die. While under 40% wounds, Imperial World characters gain a 10 bonus to all characteristics and 2 to resolve. Doing my part, no other character in the current party has the same archetype. First archetype ability in each combat by this character costs an AP less. No heresy. Imperial World character plus 10 crit hit chance and 10% armor against Xenos or demonic. Ready to serve. Affected by non-ally. And over here we've got that melee, flame, and melta attacks against demons and psychers. Litany of hatred. Devotee and her allies in the area effect of War Hymn. Furious Recital. Gain a damage for single shots. Purification. Shield of Faith. Demons and warp damage. The Emperor protects. Devotee gains 3% chance to ignore any enemy attack. Let's go with that. Just so we can go with that. Okay, that only took me half an hour. Heretic Cutthroat. Last pistol and a sword. Neither one is impressive. He's got all kinds of stuff. Grace of the Oblivious, the Gerer... Whoa, we definitely want that one. But the other things are just regular swords and las pistols. We don't want any of that stuff, I don't think. Oh, I didn't check on that one. Yeah, same thing. You know, you just want to make sure you're not leaving any goodies behind.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Well, that was the...
Fate and fortune favor the bold.
The bossy guy, wasn't it? I think we've checked them all out now.
Rise to the top.
Everybody with me.
In the dust.
Everybody with me. To the bridge. The game has been autosaved. We've got purple and blue. That just feels chaosy to me, gotta say. We've got an overseer, crew officer. Got fire, so we can't really get through there. Bridge officers. Oh, we got goods. To the cargo with that.
Keep your wits about you.
There we are.
The first sacrifice opens the eye. The second sacrifice draws its gaze.
Help has arrived. Too late to change the tide, I'm afraid. But if there is any honor in you, we can at least die with dignity and give our lives for the rogue trader.
You look dreadful. Theodora von Valancius is dead. I found her and the arch-militant in her study. The Lord Captain will not be joining us.
No. The rogue trader is dead?
I'm the rogue trader now.
No matter what ritual Kunrad is performing there, the warp is too strong. I cannot withstand it. I feel my body changing with every second. The warp is ringing in the air. This is the end. We will perish in the warp, along with the warrant and all the dynasty's heirs. The enemy of humanity has triumphed.
Wow, Adelthred. What a quitter.
I've seen it before. We'd better get away from him. The changes are already accelerating.
I forbid you the very thought of yielding. Only by resigning to your fate do you truly suffer defeat. The ship can still be steered out of the warp, but we must first secure communication between the bridge and the navigator's sanctum. Perhaps the warp does not have to be the end.
Then we have no right to bow our heads.
Good call. That's 2 down. You can see Konrad Vointveer. Clearly in the gloom of the bridge, the broken blade he's holding stained with the dark drops that seem to have a pearlescent glimmer to them.
We are out of time!
Bites his knuckles, desperately thinking. You see a wave ripple across the whites of Adelthred's eyes, and they begin to turn a sickly yellow. Let's see, draw your weapon, Vointveer, you duplicitous cur, the rogue trader's death will be avenged. To Adelthrad. That complicates things. To the party, ready your weapons. We're to die this day. Let us die with honor. How about Vointveer?
What? Theodora is dead? No, that can't be. Not now. I still haven't.
The ritual will not be completed. I'll take care of it. And you, see to it that the void ship breaks free from the warp. Watch over our realm.
Wow, Adelthrad turning out to be a solid dude.
Adelthrad, don't!
Your ritual won't be finished, heretic!
Purple glow in the eyes. That's probably not good. Just... I'm gonna guess, okay. Edelthrad is going to need,
To arms!
new clothes.
Surrender to the dark powers!
Get your characters into position. Yeah, that seems like a fine idea. Alright, that's lens in place. Let's see, how about there? And her here. And her there. Let's see, we've got Cutthroat's Chaos Spawn with 40 hit points. And what looks like 3 Cutthroats. And Edelthrad has looked better. A new wardrobe will definitely be called for. Oh, we got another heretic Cutthroat. Okay, well, I think we're ready to start. Here we go. Enemy status. You will encounter enemies with various abilities and features. An icon next to... Yeah, okay, so... We're going to see what he has in the way of... We already have an exploit up on him from me. So that's a good start. Doesn't look like he does a whole lot of damage. So that's good, but he's got active abilities. Toxic Spurt. I didn't want to read that he can do a Toxic Spurt in a 3x3 zone, and I have 2 patches of my characters clustered. A Rending Scream. And he devours an ally to heal. Cool. It has immunity to Horrors of the Warp. Dark Prayer, 30% chance it'll start praying to their dark gods at the end of the turn. And Combat Master. Okay, this is going to go really well. I feel very confident that this is going to go really, really well. Yeah, really well. I'm going to analyze him.
It's as good as done.
And then I'm going to Deadeye Shot him. Didn't notice what kind of armor he had, if any. Theoretically, this should peel off 18 to 25, get him halfway dead. Peeled off 20. And he ate one of his friends. There's his Rending Scream.
Just a minor setback.
And he had Abelard for some damage. At start of combat, Crime Lord gains 4 stacks of the Surefire Plan. I'm bleeding, but I have Surefire Plan. I think that's all I can do. Argenta. Momentum. To use the unique ability called Heroic Acts or Desperate Measures, momentum is required. Depending on the actions your party in combat, the momentum bar will increase or decrease. A high momentum value allows characters to use a heroic act. A low grants access to Desperate Measures. Both abilities can completely change the course of battle, but every party member can either use one or the other only once in single combat. Let's see. Run and Gun. Furious Recital. Is that momentum? That's Veil Degradation. Oh. And that's momentum. Ah. Heroic Act. Once per combat. Gains the ability to make a number of extra attacks equal to the weapon's rate of fire.
Power resides in the will of the righteous.
So she is going to air him out.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
It spit
Doubt is for the weak. Faith without deeds is worthless.
You missed, Argenta.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Oh, and he's drained another one of his little friends. Alright, Argenta used her heroic thingy. I think that's going to be it for Argenta. So Adira has her electrical attack. I don't think it's going to chain to any of them. Well, yeah, it might chain to the one because he's close enough.
Will do.
Sounds become unbearably loud. Healing in combat. You can use a med kit to restore your party members' wounds in battles, treat an injury, or get rid of certain negative effects. Characters injured or afflicted with infect. If the character has a med kit equipped, its icon will be displayed in the bottom left. If no such icon, open your inventory, blah, 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 blah. Alright. Forewarning, Psyker increases the target's dodge and parry by 10% until the end of the combat. She can give that to Abelard. And she can hit him with a debuff.
Out of my way! Stay vigilant.
And he popped another one of his friends.
Now revert to more conservative tactics.
I parried, but almost am dead. Abelard is.
Weapon at the ready.
Right? He may be out of things to eat. Alright, Abelard needs to heal himself.
The healing is much appreciated.
Endure until his next turn. All incoming damage is reduced. Okay. And now we'll hit him with a big sword.
It will be an
17.
strike.
I don't think he's got any more of his friends that he can consume. I use the word friends, of course, lightly. Did he just lick Abelard? Did he lick Abelard? I really hope he didn't lick Abelard, but that's what it looked like.
I'll see to it personally.
What is that? There's a spirit of some sort walking across that was not at all clear as to what that was. There's another one. Don't know what it is. Okay, Argenta. You've got 9 bullets left.
I'll do it.
Grants momentum equal to 6. Ability also grants an additional 3 mana for each enemy. Adira. Deals 7 to 16 to the target. It currently is at 26. Chains. That costs 2 AP. That costs 2 AP. We might be able to get both of them off. No. Oh, that guy hit really hard. How many? The thing has 3 hit points left. Abelard, you want to finish him? You'll feel better.
Victory!
Defeat the warp creature. Find the master helmsman. We have defeated the warp creature. Victory is ours. Game is auto-saved. You guys might want to get out of the toxic goo, or just stand there until it kills you, you know. Either way, I'm not going to poke at you. So, Evelard is dead. Goods. Gloves. Mantle of Heroism. And a blade shard from mysterious metal that shimmers with unnatural colors. Well, we'll collect all of those. Was that the only... That appears to be the only goodie box available. There were a couple of things back here that showed up here. That is... Oh, the other characters. Right. That makes sense. So, next up. The Master Helmsman must be found in order to begin the translation from the warp. He is the only person capable of coordinating the crew and guiding the void ship out of this perilous dimension. Do we happen to know where he is, by any chance? Probably not in that direction. Or probably that direction. I would have assumed he would be there. Ah, Master Helmsman.
The end. Rival, Master Helmsman. System status report.
By the Emperor. It's the Seneschal. Living and breathing. Oh, well, there's a tricky question. The old place is so overgrown with foul wickedry, we'll be scrubbing it off the vid screens for throne knows how long.
We need to re-establish contact with the Navigator's Sanctum. It's our only chance of escaping from the warp. Words seem to knock the officers out of their stupor, and the air around you fills with the voices and commands being issued. You hear someone sobbing, one of the survivors buckling under the stress. Abelard cuffs the crying officer without even looking. That's a very Abelard thing to do.
Restore the Vox channel to the Navigator's Sanctum. Ready the crew. Prepare for translation to real space. You may call me superstitious.
You're superstitious.
But translation is not a good time to disregard rules. You are the only one who speaks for House von Valancius. You may not be the Lord Captain, but you,
I actually am the Lord
Captain,
Captain.
to take her place in the ritual that is about to commence.
What must I do?
Take the Lord Captain's seat. Order the final preparations.
That would be
Wait
preparation
for the
H.
officers
We already
to
did A through
report.
G.
Oh, blast it all to the void. Translation is a craft, not something that can be explained in a tick. Just go up to the throne, Master. These people are about to do the impossible. The least they deserve is the solace of seeing a figure sitting in the usual spot. Oh, please, hurry. Every second we waste is a terrible risk.
I am ready. Begin the ritual. Nice, dignified pace up the steps. You know, gotta look calm, collected, and of course, extremely cool. The throne's a bit plain. We're gonna have to... we're gonna have to ornament it up a little bit. Maybe make it out of swords. Oh, Theodora's back. Might not be her. The fact that she's standing on purple smoke, and we saw her dead, makes me think maybe not her. The image before you is a hazy swaying in sorcerous currents invisible to mortal eyes, as if whatever is beneath this thin shell is constantly changing while remaining the same. It has taken on the guise of Theodora. Pardon me? What the false rogue trader's eyes reveal the entity's true, surreal nature. One of Theodora's eyes is engulfed in otherworldly fire. The other, a vessel of ancient evil, bores into you. A voice seeps directly into your brain without ever reaching your ears, and this voice booms with all the horrors of the warp.
Who are you to oppose destiny itself for the sake of lives that are not your own?
Okay.
So many threads stretch.
Blah, blah, blah. Chaos. Blah, blah, blah.
Your world. Pitiful, worthless links, ready to shatter at the slightest touch. A muddled, erratic, pointless tangle.
We're glad you enjoy us. Also, your mama. It resonates and merges with the voices that have already dug their foul roots into your consciousness. A moment later, you realize that all these voices are the myriad manifestations of the same call that has finally invaded your mind. You are to blame for Theodora's death. I'm saving my people. Do your worst. You cannot stop me. Begone, phantom. What do you want with me? Begone, phantom.
With a trophy, a relic that could serve the edge of daybreak. That fate was assured, and the steps chosen. And yet, you broke the unbreakable when you took the aspirement's place. I see you. On the day when the final dawn rises over the Iron World, I see you by my side on that day.
Your image is woven into the tapestry of things to come. I am the will of the weaver of destinies.
That's Zeech, I believe.
I will weave a new thread of elusive possibilities and fickle chances. The thread that will lead you out of the maw of irreversibility. The thread that will help you find the keys to salvation. The thread that will guide you and the weapon of our return to me.
The path is set, child of the dawn. The thread is woven. Follow it, servant of mine.
A cavalcade of hazy glimpses of a future yet unknown passes before your eyes, a flash of crimson purple. The images replace one another in a violent kaleidoscope without ever letting you get a proper look at them. Through the rippling mirages, you see a twisted image of Abelard, the loyal seneschal of the dynasty.
Seneschal, the navigator's sanctum is silent. The Vox signal is stable, which means...
He's dead. Maybe that's where that Voik jerk has run off to.
The navigator gave his life battling the storm that nearly claimed the von Valancius flagship. We will honor his memory, along with that of all who died this day.
Seneschal, will you tell us now? Who is that? Where's the Lord Captain?
I'm the Lord Captain, because the other one, bad news for her. Like a hole right about here.
As First Officer, it is my duty to inform you with the greatest regret and indelible sorrow that Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius is dead. May her memory never fade from the annals of the dynasty. By right of blood succession, and with the absence of other kin who could challenge this decision,
it's me, baby.
it is hereby declared that the successor to Theodora von Valancius is her heir, the rightful inheritor of the warrant of trade, and the title of Rogue Trader. The official ascension ceremony will be held at a later time. In the interim, have you lost your tongues? Hail your lord. It is because of his toils
that is actually true. I did kind of make the whole thing survivable.
The deed is done, Master. My apologies. I meant to say Lord Captain.
Take the Lord Captain's place. I'm the Lord Captain now.
The treachery of the Master of Wisdom.
Please, you can still all just call me Lems.
This victory came at a great cost.
In channel, I assume you're thinking of me as Lord Lems.
Von Valencius perished along with her heir, Edelthrad, and thousands of crew members. Yet hope remained. For the second in line to the Rogue Trader dynasty survived. And through the strength of his resolve, saved those who were counting on him for protection.
I'm kind of a hero, you know? So 26,000 people were on it, and several thousand have died, so... Conspiracy. I completed the prologue. And you were there. Couldn't have done it without your support and help. Oh, nice. It spins. Sort of like, you know, the Batmobile. You part the Batmobile and it rotates so that you're ready to go out the way you came back. Very nice. My throne rotates too. I wonder if it goes really fast and I get dizzy. Deep shadows of weariness can be seen on Abelard's face, though the old officer's eyes are keen. They rake over you from head to toe. He frowns, mutters something, and nods to himself. Well then, your lordship. Cannot help but notice the seneschal does not know how to talk to you, or where to begin. Good evening. Congrats on the promotion. Enjoying the game so far? Yes, so far so good. Couple little glitches. You got to deal with the game systems and whatnot, but so far, yeah. I'm a very picky person, so I'm always going to mention my quibbles, and so far the quibbles are very minimal. And I'm a sucker for War DK, so yeah, so far so good. Writing seems good. Gameplay's fine. It's a good start. His hesitation brings an involuntary smirk to my face, as though someone else entirely is gloating at the old officer's confusion. Seeing your smile, he pulls himself together. It seems like I kind of have this connection to something in chaos, and that is, even though I understand it was completely different development and everything, it sort of smacks of having the Mind Flare Cootie inside your brain in BG3. No voice for this? I guess just mine. You must now hold your first officer's briefing in your new role as Lord Captain. For many of those who are about to join us on the bridge, this will also be their first briefing. We sustained massive losses among the senior and middle-ranking officers. Some posts have to be filled by the deputy, while others go unfilled entirely, and now the deck clans are deciding who will take over leaderless crews. How we come to lose so many officers? Probably they were leading the fight. What's the agenda for the meeting? Have you succeeded in tracking down Voitvir? Right, Abelard. There's altogether more pressing problem. I do not wish to be the rogue trader. No, I want to be the rogue trader. I'm ready to start the briefing. No. Have you succeeded in tracking down Voitvir? No, Lord Captain. In all the commotion, his trail went cold. Our people are still on the hunt for him, and any mutineers who may still be skulking in the ship's many corridors. But frankly, I'd not be surprised to hear that we are now one shuttle short. I'm afraid that it will be some time before he answers for all that he has wrought. What's on the agenda for the meeting? Reports on the condition of the ship and crew. The Lord Captain is not usually drawn away from her important affairs to attend to such routine briefings, but this is a unique situation. I am still receiving updates from across the ship, and they're not encouraging. Getting this bird to fly could take a gargantuan effort, even so far as you personally negotiating with the authorities of the system we're currently in. Pardon the yawn. So, prepare to hear a bevy of complaints and excuses, Your Lordship. Take opportunity to get a good look at the officers who work 6 decks away from the bridge, and they in turn will have the honor of beholding the visage of their Lord Captain. Wow. That's true. It is an honor. Yes, I'm ready to start the briefing. With a gesture, Abelard relays order to the adjutants at the far end of the magnificent chamber. Hey guys, how you doing? I'm the new captain. Does that strike the right dignified tone? A dozen pairs of eyes bore into you, expressions revealing restraint, joy, curiosity, and wariness. Are there actually a dozen? 1, 2, 3, 6. Looks more like 11 to me, actually. Well, Abelard, I suppose. Yeah, almost a dozen. Attention, officers. You have been granted an honor. Lord Captain Lenz von Valancius will personally conduct today's briefing. Our most gracious Lord Captain is ready to hear your reports. Perhaps you would introduce those present, Abelard, or I can yawn. I haven't the time to be listening to every last officer on this hulking rig. Abelard, give me a pressy. What are the major problems? What needs to be done? The yawn is a little bit much for the new captain. I want to, produce an air of competence and sharp attention paid to every detail. As you wish, your lordship. Points to a tall, slender woman whose body seems to contain many implants as it does flesh. Vigdis Suriotta of the Ptoleman line, our new Voxmaster. Voxmaster Vigdis, it is an honor to serve your lordship. The Voxmaster offers a deep bow. Aboard this vessel you have at your command thousands of crew members and hundreds of officers and section chiefs. I am responsible for receiving, processing, and sending all communication between you and them, as well as external sources. I am your eyes and mouth, Lord Captain. Beside her is Ravor, the master helmsman. He steers our ship along the course set by the Lord Captain and monitors the void around us to ensure that we do not stray into an asteroid field or a pirate trap. The bearded man with pale, almost transparent skin, large dark circles under his eyes, and a dour expression that seems to be hardwired into his face gives a sullen nod. Hey, Lord Captain. This here ship's as good as home to me, so rest assured she's in safe hands. I'll die before I let her come to any grief. Dude, you're alive. She just came to a whole lot of grief. Lastly, our high factotum, Janris Danrock, who oversees supplies, procurement, the general material well-being of the ship. Dressed in an embroidered jacket, the heavy-set man with oiled hair offers an obsequious smile and bows. It is an honor, your lordship. You may trust me with all matters concerning your comfort. Everything will be done to the highest standard. In the second row, we have 3 officers charged with overseeing the ship's vital functions. The Masters of Ordnance is responsible, possibly irresponsible as well, but probably we don't want him to be irresponsible since he's in charge of the artillery. The Infernus Master, whose crew work to prevent and extinguish fires on the ship. In the Navy, every man is a fireman. And lastly, the Drives Master, servant of the Omnissiah. They salute. The Infernus Master does so with confidence. The Master of Ordnance betrays nervousness. The Drives Master offers a salute resembling a dance, involving complicated manipulation of all the Tech Priest's mechadendrites. He's got all these little Doc Ock-like limbs. Is that everyone? Unfortunately, our choir master, the esteemed Zachary Weiss, head of the Astropath section, is unable to join us. He's in charge of communications with distant star systems. Master Weiss has been in a trance for some time now, attempting to contact other planets in the Von Valancius Protectorate and inform them of Lady Theodora's passing and Kunrad Voigtvir's treachery. I will deliver a report to your lordship on the Astropath's progress as soon as it is possible to do so. All others present are adjutants, secretaries, and deputies. They are here to make a record of the proceedings. Let's see. Infernus is fires. Well, the fires have to be the first thing. I wish to hear the Infernus Master's report. Yes, Lord Captain. I can report that all fires across all decks have now been extinguished. The preliminary damage assessment, in terms of material losses and crew casualties, has been completed. The results have been submitted to the Seneschal and the High Factotum. High Factotum, what do you have to report? We are toiling day and night to compile a full account of the losses. The task will require next to no involvement from your lordship. I will personally ensure that all damaged components are given to the Tech Priest's hands for attention, and that all lost supplies are replaced. There's only a resource that I cannot replenish single-handedly, and that is people. We've lost more than 2,000 crew members, and unfortunately, this number is not confined to the scum from the lower decks, which are easily replaced, but also include trained professionals. Well, let's not worry about the scum from the lower decks, shall we? We'll be able to make up our losses on the nearest planet, Rykat Minoris. However, the planet, the whole system in fact, belongs to the Winter-scale Rogue Trader dynasty. We cannot simply begin recruiting in the planet without first coming to an understanding with the governor. In that respect, I'm powerless. The negotiation at this level are a matter for the Rogue Trader. New blood. The crew losses suffered during the cultist raid can be remedied on Rykat Minoris. Abelard. Especially true given Caligo's Winterscale's penchant for attacking first and asking questions later, and the kind of thick-skulled thugs he usually installs as governors on his planets. Master of Ordnance, do you have anything to report? My job's simple. Maintain the arsenal and fire where I'm told. But just ask anyone. We've got no able crew, my Lord Captain. Master of Ordnance, you forget yourself. So what? Comes the officer's hostile and bitter reply, as if a dam has burst inside and all his pent-up emotions are rushing out of him. The ship's in ruins. Every second officer's dead. And now we've got a green Lord Captain who's supposed to lead us to void knows where. Silence! The bridge's magnificent glass pane seemed to tremble under the force of Abelard's roar. Enforcers, cease this mutineer. Wow. If only one officer out of the whole lot has fallen to pieces, that's not bad at all, your lordship. I do humbly apologize on behalf of the entire crew. What would you have us do with the Master of Ordnance? The former Master of Ordnance, I should say, besides find a replacement, that is, for we already have one lined up. I can execute him. Experienced Masters of Ordnance are few and far between, so for that reason he may reign in his post. I leave his punishment to your discretion, Abelard Iconoclast. Stand down, release him. I have no intention of punishing a man for a moment of weakness, not after the terrible attack we've endured. I'm going to go with that. Stand down, release him. I have no intention of punishing a man for a moment of weakness, not after the terrible attack we've endured. He stares unblinkingly at the Master of Ordnance. Cease your sniveling. You disgrace yourself and your entire clan. Enough. The hysterics are over. Let us resume. I gain 2 in the Iconoclast category. The Master of Ordnance stands up, wiping the blood from his broken nose, his face a picture of shock. What just happened seems to be dawning on him now, and the knowledge of the fate so narrowly escaped. Drives Master, I'll hear from you now. The voice distorted by a Vox retranslator emerges from under the tech priest's scarlet hood. Lord Captain, the foes that set upon this noble void ship destroyed the repositories of hundreds of machine spirits. The great warp engine entrusted to my charge is unharmed, thank the Omnissiah, but its spirit mourns its dead brethren. We have not yet identified a prayer protocol capable of assuaging its sorrow and anger. With great sorrow, I must also report that Engine Seer Prime, overseer and spiritual authority of all tech priests on board, fell in battle. The Magos was betrayed by the little flesh that remained part of him, a most terrible loss. There is no one among my comrades aboard whose experience and comprehension of the sacred protocols equals that of the fallen Magos. We require a replacement, and as soon as possible. I see. Thank you. Void ship requires a new engineer. Somewhere in the system, hopefully. Master Helmsman, deliver your status report. Right you are, Lord Captain. Cut a long story short, the outlook is bleak. Ship's sound, more or less, but without Engine Seer Prime and Navigator, who fell in battle, we have no way out of the system. We've tried to set so much as a toe inside the warp. I don't know what'll happen first, our warp drives being torn to pieces, or all of us melting into the bulkheads. Let me be clear, and those would be bad things. Your Lordship, allow me to interject. When we arrived in this system, my crew followed standard protocols and conducted a count of all available communication channels in the region. One of them was a Navis Nobilite station. Station maintains complex Vox silence, complete Vox silence, but even its presence here inspires hope. To have located a navigator in the very same system, an incredible stroke of luck, true blessing from the God Emperor. So the Navis Nobilite, an ancient organization of noble mutant families whose genes allow them to safely guide warp-capable void ships. Well, that does seem like good fortune. The void ship needs a new navigator. A sharp bolt of pain lances through my skull, as if in response to what you just heard. You understand that it's not the God Emperor you should thank for such good fortune. The words of the demon that appeared before you during the translation to real space echo in your mind. I am the will of the Weaver of Destinies. And today I will weave a new thread of elusive possibilities and fickle chances, the thread that will lead you out of the maw of irreversibility, the thread that will help you find the keys to salvation. If I were you, I grab the chance with both hands. Or else you'll soon be eyeing up asteroids to use as your new residence. In slightly less shitty news, we can go round and round this system till our heads are swimming as long as the promethium and supplies last, and if any thick as grok shit lowlifes come sniffing around, we'll be able to take them out, so don't you worry on that score. To summarize, we have sustained serious losses in crew members, and we require a new engine seer prime, and navigator. Is this all that's preventing us from continuing the voyage? Precisely, my Lord Captain. But bear in mind that this is not to be the end of our trials. The ship's systems must be properly inspected for major damage, which can only be carried out at Footfall Station, home to the only dockyard in the sector. But we'll never reach Footfall without first solving the 3 immediate problems. What can you tell me about the system in which we currently find ourselves? I cede to the Voxmaster on this point. Mistress Tolleman? We are in the Reichad star system, and our voyage here was undertaken by the orders of your lordship's predecessor. There are 3 inhabited bodies in the system, and our attempts to send Vox messages have produced confounding results. The Navis Nobilite station has not simply failed to answer, it seems to be maintaining total Vox silence. However, we did receive a distress signal from the prison planetoid in the system, and Reichad Minoris itself is also not responding to our hails, but what is most alarming is that our augurs have intercepted signals from the surface that seem to indicate ongoing hostilities on the planet. Sensor technology, got it? The situation is not very encouraging, but without a navigator, a tech priest, and new crew members, we won't be able to travel anywhere. Therefore, we must go to the planet and the Navis Nobilite station and find out what in the void is going on. Thank you all for your reports. Dismissed. They salute me as one. Give me just a sec here. I need to step away and close the window as the temperature is starting to drop. And just like that, I'm back. Your Lordship, there's one other thing. A confidential matter of the utmost importance. Pardon me. Lady Theodora, your eternally esteemed predecessor, brought this ship here to this system for a reason. She was given a secret commission. You perhaps are wondering, damn it, who has the authority to commission a rogue trader to do anything? And I shall tell you, the Lord Inquisitor, the hand of the Emperor, the chief architect of his will in the Coronus expanse. I came across a strange handwritten letter. On Theodora's desk. It was signed XC. You're referring to the contents of that note, I presume? Lord Inquisitor Xavier Calcazar is a powerful and mysterious figure who plays a role. You're right. Quite right. XC. Xavier Calcazar. Have to land on Reichad Minoris and visit the prison planetoid. Sounds like we've got things to do on all 3 planets. Well, that's nice. That'll keep us busy. Lady Theodora was to seek out the Lord Inquisitor's right-hand man, one Heinrich von Kalux, an interrogator. You understand, all I know is that he's somewhere in this system, that we must find him and offer him whatever assistance he requires, and then deliver him to Footfall in the Furibundus system. Finding him without any more information to go on will be difficult indeed, but an Inquisitor is an important individual to the authorities in the system. Either the Navis Nobilite... I tell you, talking a lot makes me yawn a lot. I just don't breathe enough, I don't get this CO2 out, and it causes yawns. Bear with me. The authorities in the system, either the Navis Nobilite or the governor of Reichad Minoris, may know something. That is all of it, your lordship. You have a great deal of work ahead of you, but it is a mere taste of the daily burden of the rogue trader. Soon you must take up the reins of the von Valentius Protectorate. Abelard gives me another scrutinizing look, as if trying to gauge how long I'll hold out under this mountain of problems. His face softens slightly, and it seems he's about to offer words of encouragement. But he doesn't. Abelard, Indira, Sister Argenta, explain yourselves. Argenta, she nods slowly towards Indira. The Psyker is suffering some ailment or dark madness. She insisted on seeing the rogue trader. I judged it would be unwise to leave her unsupervised. For a moment, Sister Argenta's voice sounds hesitant. I was hoping to approach you with personal requests, but it can wait. Speak with me when you have time, rogue trader. Indira's glazed eyes rove over those assembled. The word bursts from her lips. Daybreak! Indira, come to your senses. Abelard, bring which to heal. If there's nothing else of value to report, declare this briefing concluded. It's time to get to work. Indira, come to your senses. Damn it! Presses her fingers to her temples. Your lordship, here's the thing. I was trying to see the immediate future, and it hit me so hard. My head is still spinning. Something very strange is heading our way. And I can't make out what it is, no matter how hard I try. A single word is all I can make out. Daybreak, or maybe it's dawn. And it's ringing like a ringing and ringing like an echo, like a bell. But if it's daybreak, why is it so dark? We cannot extract any information of value from a single word. Can you tell us anything else, Mistress Talas? No, not yet anyway. The voices are going berserk, all shouting at once. I can't make any sense of it. As soon as I know or sense anything, I'll report. All right? Lord Captain, you want me to take a closer look into your future? Find me on the bridge, and we can talk. Lady Theodora was well served by my whispers on many occasions, and I'm sure you would benefit from them as well. The Psyker's bitten lips stretch into a wry smile. If there's nothing else of value to report, I declare this briefing concluded. It's time to get to work. Everyone else can get to work. Bring me a beer. Maybe some gravy fries. Use the system map in the center of the bridge to issue orders to the crew. Let's see, what else have we got here? Grace of the Oblivious gains 5 toughness if their intelligence is less than 35. My intelligence is more than 35. Hers is 30. 30. Well, for now at least. Abelard. Have some toughness. Alright, that's the multi-key. That's the handwritten letter. Gloves of Endurance. Whenever wearer of these gloves gets an injury or falls unconscious in combat, their allies within 1 gain a bonus to... It seems like that would also be a good one for him, because he's the one most likely to go charging into battle. Blade Shard. We don't know anything about that as yet. And a Cloak of Heroism. Requires Iconoclast. Follower. Each heroic act used in battle increases the wearer's dodge by 20% until the end of combat to a max of 60. Alright, I'm an Iconoclast, but I'm not a follower. Where do I see their nature, their fundamental nature? Weapons, skills. Deflection, armor, dodge, dodge reduction, parry, resolve. Where do I see whether they're an Iconoclast or not? Those are his weapons. I don't know. Well, where do I find it on mine? Because we know I have, like, 21, I think, in Iconoclast. Doesn't look like it appears in my skills. Fourth level, 24. Where do we find my status as an Iconoclast? Character, journal, maybe in journal. Corpus Valencianus, cargo manager, formation. Journal. Rumors. Contracts. Okay. The map. Voxmaster Vigidus. Right. Okay. Master Helmsman Ravor. Iconoclast. Dictionary. Nope, that's of no use. Void ship management. Ooh, nifty. I'll be able to upgrade my ship. Components. Upgrades. Posts. Oh, nice. I like that. That looks cool already. We have 100 scrap. That's the void ship management. That's the Corpus Valencianus. Ah, okay. Cargo manager. We've got ranged weaponry, melee weaponry, ship components, holy gifts, as much as we can carry. And this is the actual contents. Those are the holy gifts, icons, Catechism of St. Drusus, anointed purity seal wax bottles. Get your wax. You got your stacks of wax. And that's the formation. Ah, okay. So, I don't see anywhere where I can see what our values are as far as Iconoclast, Zealot. I don't remember what the other one was. She is presumably the Zealot. Resolve, parry, dodge reduction, because she's in heavier armor, dodge, armor, deflection. Yeah, I don't see it anywhere, so I don't know where I can get that information from. But this is for an Iconoclast and a follower. Well, we'll see if we can equip it on, say, Idira. I put it in the cargo. That's not what I wanted to do. Cargo. Add to inventory. We'll go back to here. So I can't wear this. It says I can. She can't. She can't. He can. All right. There you go. You got a cloak now too, my friend. Pretty spiffy looking one if I do say so myself. There you go, Abelard. Happy birthday. I'm going to do a quick save here. Okay. By the right of blood. So this is the quest. We've completed all of those. We didn't make it to the meeting with the heir, because he was gone. And we didn't discover the whereabouts of Ethelthred. It says completed. They say both say completed, but failed. So basically I got to the place I needed to, and they weren't there. Chapter 1, looking for trouble. Let's see. Battle Sister's personal request. Argenta asked the rogue trader to talk with her on the ship as soon as... Better not put it off for too long. All right, let's talk with Argenta. Argenta... Argenta, where are you? Looks like she was over here somewhere. There it is. So, yeah, let's go talk to her. I'm going to go talk to her.
Rogue trader.
She looks tired. There are dark circles under her eyes. Her hair is somewhat disheveled, and she moves like she's a little on edge. You said you have a personal request for me. She wants me to buy her coffee. I think she digs me.
I indeed have a request, Rogue Trader.
The accursed servants of chaos who assaulted the ship took the lives of your loyal crew, and they orphaned many children, including the progeny of brave officers who defended their posts until the bitter end. I don't know what customary practices there are for cases like this in the Von Valencius territory, but in the world I'm familiar with, the children of such brave souls could expect to receive some special consideration. Perhaps the rogue trader could meet with the orphans. What good would a meeting do? Make arrangements for a meeting worthy of a rogue trader. I'll address them with a speech. I'll meet them. No formalities needed. These are the children of people who gave their lives for Von Valencius dynasty. My consideration is the least they deserve. To deliver this order on my behalf, these orphans are to be properly provided for, but a personal meeting with the rogue trader is too much. Why would I? You wish to fill these children's heads with the illusion that the world and its rulers care about them? I have no part in this. Yes, I'll meet with them. God, I'm starting off as a nice guy, making myself sick already. I'll pass on your instructions. Thank you for taking my request to heart. Abelard Versarian. Seneschal Abelard Versarian is one of the closest associates of the late Theodora von Valencius. He spent a decade serving the rogue trader's protectorate, and he clearly intends to spend another decade keeping a close eye on every negligent servant or undertrained officer. The elderly Seneschal does not show it, but the death of Theodora, whom he faithfully served for many years, shocked him. Abelard is willing to do anything to ensure that Theodora's successor becomes a brilliant rogue trader worthy of his predecessor. Wow. Hearty applause, indeed, for me. The motley group of adolescents do not take their eyes off you, gazing at you as if you're a creature straight from a fairy tale. Abelard, our indefatigable, there we go, sister has been keeping an eye on these pups. Glances at the gathered children. It is hardly the Scala Progenium in here, but we have provided the orphans on our ship with adequate care and instruction. Argenta is standing to the side of the group. At your approach, she perks up and announces, voice ringing, "Brave ones, the master of this ship has appeared before you, the one who guides it through the darkness of the universe by the Emperor's will. Greet your lord and captain, the rogue trader of House Valencius." Grandly address the group. I, the rogue trader and Lord Captain, speak to you now. Your parents gave their lives for a just cause and brought honor to the Von Valencius banner, and those who appear are proud of them and believe you'll become worthy heirs. Smile at the group. Lord Captain, greet you, brave ones. Address the chaperones. Give them treats and escort them to their homes. I believe a minute of beholding the Lord Captain is a great enough honor for them. I can already see why someone would do a playthrough of this and be, I believe the appropriate British phrase would be an utter tosspot. Or being a jerk or any of that. Smile at the group. Your Lord Captain greets you, brave ones. The teenager stops staring. A girl who's remained close to Argenta smiles uncertainly. A skinny, pale lad tries to throw his shoulders back and stand at attention like a soldier. Only a few of the teenagers at the far end of the road seem sullen and not particularly impressed. One of the scowling visitors with a thin scar across his face tosses his head back and says bitterly, "So what? Why should we care? Our friends and parents died in their dozens for you noble lot, and you just give us speeches." Argenta quickly turns to the boy. A flurry of emotions flashes in her dark eyes, like she wants to both calm him and scold him, and possibly shoot him. Address the chaperones. Their compartment leaves much to be desired. I hope it'll be molded into worthy servants of House Valencius. The audience is over. Address the chaperones. Punish the troublemaker, but the rest back in their bays. This audience is over. Ignore the interruption. Rest assured that you won't be abandoned. You'll be taken care of. Address the group. I'm going to continue to be the good guy. I'm making myself ill here. If you have things to say, say them without fear. I will listen. The boy smiles grimly. It doesn't matter what we say. It won't bring our parents back, and it won't change our fates either. We'll keep slaving away on this ship until we drop or die like our folks, or worse. I understand your grief and dismay. Your parents died. It's not an easy thing to go through, but they gave their lives for the truth, for the good of the whole ship. For the Imperium, do not speak of the honorable fate with anger and disdain. When the heretics who killed your parents attacked the ship, I was there. I took command. I fought and I repelled the assault as quickly as I could. But no war can be won without losses. You can only strive to do what is within your power. The strong have the power to decide the fate of others. The weak either obey or die. You seek a different lot, boy. Save your grumbling and look for an opportunity to rise above the rest. Punish the troublemaker. Their compartment leaves. When the heretics who killed your parents attacked the ship, I was there. I took command. I fought and repelled the assault as quickly as I could. But no war can be won without losses. You can only strive to do what is within your power. You heard the rogue trader. His words carry the wisdom of the Imperium. It's hard to say whether or not your words have left an impression on the boy, but he nods slowly, then he catches himself and gives you an awkward bow. Abelard gives a sign and the servants immediately emerge carrying packaged treats with Von Valencius emblazoned on the wrappers. It appears that the seneschal came prepared for any contingency. Oh boy, it's Christmas! All that had to happen was my mommy and daddy dying. What are the guys are going like? Are they throwing treats to the audience? Argenta rubs her temples pensively. She smiles and offers a few more words of encouragement, then leaves the bay. Oh, is that it then? Oh, there she goes. The auger calibration ritual is complete. Tech priests are heading to the life support chambers. Alright, what else do we have on our palette of things to do? Let's see. Looking for trouble. And we've got choices. 3 choices. Companion quest, little sister's person. Argenta, ask the rogue. The errand is complete. Is there a way? I do not want to see completed quests. Thank you. That's much better. Machine Spirit Keeper. That's a new engineer. New navigator. Crew losses. Looking for trouble. Well, let us visit. That's the prison. The Navis Nobilite. Urac 5. Let's see, I believe it was down here that I had to go. The Coronis Expanse map. Star systems. In the events of Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader take place in a vast region of space known as the Coronis Expanse. The sector is composed of numerous star systems, many of which you'll get a chance to visit. You'll find yourself scouring the void in search of routes leading to new and uncharted systems, discovering more routes as you explore the expanse. What you see before you is a map of one such system. Each star system contains objects you can interact with. Such objects are marked as points of interest. Move your ship to a point of interest, then click LMB to initiate the event or open the planet view. Alright, so we have the sun, we have Ricadi 1, visit Ricadi Philia, the prison planetoid. We have an unidentified void ship, an artificial facility. Ricad Minoris. We have something blinking there, but I can't see it. Ricad Majoris, not explored. Urac 5, the guide. Well, let's go for Urac 5. Our hull integrity is 120 out of 120. Void ship management. Ah, that was us. Voxmaster Vigdis. Lord Captain reporting the heralds of the Navis Nobilite continue to maintain Vox silence, perhaps due to Urac 5 being off-limits to visitors. We intercepted signals from the beacons drifting in the station's orbit that demands are clear. We are told to turn the ship around immediately. Well, that won't be happening now, will it? Voxmaster Vigdis, we have also detected an accumulation of space debris near the station's docks. Presumably, it's the remains of interplanetary shuttles. Perhaps the esteemed Navis Nobilite house requires aid and therefore cannot respond to our Vox transmission. Let's say contact the station again. I'll negotiate personally. Order the auger crew to scan the station. Turn back. No one dares to give me orders. We'll not invade a Navis Nobilite station without first acquiring official approval. Order the auger crew to scan. Yes, Lord Captain. The officers from the Augur crew performed a full scan of the station, but the information is imprecise. They note wave distortions of unclear genesis are throwing off most of the readings. We were able to ascertain that the reactor core of the station is still active, but many components are unpowered and some fully depressurized. The signs of biological activity are largely present in the central module, which means the station has not been abandoned, so the question remains, why are the esteemed navigators' heralds ignoring us? I'll give them one more chance before we go in. I'm sorry, Captain, the station does not reply even after official greeting by a rogue trader and the declaration of your intent to negotiate in person. Order the crew to commence docking with the station. We're going in, boys and girls. Affirmative, Lord Captain. We do not know what is happening on the station, so you may have to look for the esteemed navigators blind. Dock safely, and may the God Emperor light your path. Well, I like to think that he's on my side. Certainly better the God Emperor on my side than the Dog Emperor on my side. That would probably be disappointing. Oh, press any key. I'll do that. We are on Urak 5. There appears to be trouble of some indeterminate sort.
Pathetic worm. You dare to argue with your master?
Felic or Celio.
It was not you whom I swore to serve within these walls. My lips are sealed.
Confess. What was the old man's last command? What are you planning?
Give up, Keeper. You have lost this battle. Again.
We're getting nowhere with these ones, sir. Permission to execute them.
Wretches, you'll be consigned to oblivion for your transgressions against House Orsilio. Immortal Emperor, deliver your servants from peril. Jesu Domine. Prayers will not help you, servant of the damned, or at least the extremely darned. In the name of House Orsilio, I command you to execute the infidels. Not a step further. Master, we have some strange guests on the station. A tall man steps toward you with a gesture. When you approach, blood is trickling down the pearly scales of his weary face, and not just his own blood. 2 jet-black, unblinking eyes are watching your every move, and the third one, the mark of a navigator's fate, is menacingly pulsing behind the lowered lid of the middle forehead. Step back, or I will unleash all the horrors in the Sea of Souls upon you. Emperor, be my witness. Sea of Souls. An alternate dimension of pure energy and madness, existing as a mirror into real space, also known as the Immaterium, the Empyrean, Ether, the Sea of Souls, or Warp Space. Keep talking this way, I'll make you swallow your own tongue. Abelard, if you be so kind. Resist, brother. It was the Emperor's will that brought me to this abode. No one has a right to interpret his will so freely, brother. But wait, I recognize your coat of arms. You must be a lord of the Von Valentius dynasty? Yes, I'm absolutely positive, in fact. And since fate has brought such an important person into my abode, allow me to introduce myself. Before you stands Felic Christoph Auguste, keeper of this station. So, you did not come to offer support to the traitors. This is great news. Having said that, you must understand that Urak 5 is a holy sanctum for House Orsilio, and the path to it is revealed to a select few. It pains me to say, you're not on the guest list. Provide me with a navigator, and I'll immediately depart. I came here in search of a navigator. I am looking for the Lord Inquisitor's interrogator, one Heinrich von Kalox. What is happening on the station? Where did all these corpses come from? Betrayal, the most banal thing in the life of a nobilite, don't you think? I was stabbed in the back by my closest friend, Theobald Orsilio, the second keeper of Urak 5 and my mentor. On his instruction, my own people sabotaged the generators, blew up the shuttles, and brutally massacred the loyal servants of my mistress. Most unforgivably, they dared take her prisoner, greedy scum. I swear by the throne's light, their souls will perish in the darkness of the void. The madmen have captured Lady Cassia, and are now torturing her upstairs while we idly sit chattling down here. Help me rescue her or be gone, but waste no more of my precious time. I can take him by force. I don't care about your mistress. I'm looking for a navigator. You'll do. I have questions concerning the situation on the station. What kind of help are you talking about? I would never ask you for such a favor under different circumstances, and yet... He takes his hand away from his ribcage, notices blood, and winces in pain. And yet, Lady Cassia's well-being is above all. I haven't got many people left, and my wounds are too deep for me to act with precision and swiftness, but you may actually succeed. In order to ascend to the mistress's chamber, you will need to remake the holy relic sanctified with the blood of Lady Orselio herself. This is a control rod of the elevator machine spirit. I have one part, and the other was lost during the mutiny, but even this relic would be of no use unless the elevator mechanism is powered. How do I remake the control rod? I have a phylactery containing the mistress's blood. It needs to be taken to the laboratory, which is located behind one of the reliquary doors. The most ancient of sacred mechanisms will help to rebuild the rod. The tech priests ceaselessly perform the rites of appeasement so the machine spirit would serve the house in its time of need. The fateful hour is now upon us. So how am I supposed to power the elevator? The station's main cogitator is situated in the guard room. Just enter the correct command sequence and the sacred mechanism will do the rest. If it's so simple, why don't you do it yourself? I never said that the feat would be easy to accomplish. The path to the laboratory and guard room is blocked by the very same madmen who took over the station. They'll not negotiate and are not afraid of displeasing the navis nobilite or incurring the emperor's wrath. They bow only to brute strength, something which I currently lack. I guess that makes sense. So what have you decided to Senator von Valencia's line? Let's see. Taken by force, I will rescue your mistress, but in return require that House Orselio sign a contract with my protectorate. The rogue trader's aid will cost House Orselio, but you should rejoice, for your mistress will live. It will be an honor to save the Lady Navigator from her woes. The woes of our house, your house, upset the balance of power. It will help you, if not for the sake of profit, but for the good of the Imperium. The rogue trader's aid will cost House Orselio, but you should rejoice. Your mistress will live. So be it. Hurry, the mistress's safety is all that matters. But should you fail, our arrangement is finished. Item received, a phylactery of blood. Explore the station, find answers, and restart the elevator. The power to the elevator must be restored using the cogitator in the guard room. Errands, new blood, secrets of Navis Nobilite. That's where we are right now. Right? Yep. Alright. So we have loot here, and Felic Orselio there. Good. Excellent, excellent, excellent. And another multi-key. Let's go ahead and throw a save in here. That'll do. So it looks like this is where we're going. But we can't because that's in the way, I think. Okay, so that is not going to be of any use. Do I have any other exit out of here? That is a non-useful door.
White. Bright, pure color. And it's all riddled with horrible veins that carry the poison of fear and pain throughout its body. Who are you? Why are you crying?
If the witch is talking about the enemies of humanity who set upon this abode of noble navigators, then our weapons will soon dispel their wicked misery.
You tell him, Argenta.
Over.
The corpses were mauled by a force far beyond mortal capacity, the faces twisted in pain, and the hands are fused with improvised weapons, tools, scissors, and cutlery. That sounds pretty awful. Frankly, gotta say, kind of pretty awful. Let's return to the void ship.
Let us not dawdle.
The elevator's power is out. Okay, so we have to go to the guard room. Now, this is my only real issue I have with the game so far. I can't really tell where things are, how I'm supposed to get there. I'm supposed to find the guard room. That only takes me
I always keep my options open.
to the void ship. Okay, jump over.
An expected result.
Okay, that was straightforward, it turned out. Levels all around. Here we go again. I get to choose a characteristic and then a common talent. Intelligence, perception, or ballistic skill. Let's see. Perception. Perceives the surroundings. Pick a stray bolter shell casing between the day-to-day morass. I'm going to go with perception. And then next up, another common talent. So many to choose from. I think I'll grab the base skill Medicae so that I can use the base medical stuff. But I'll scroll down. Characteristic training. Just want to... more persuasion. Persuasion. I'm going to be more persuasive. I like to think of myself as very persuasiver. Next up. Abelard. Available talent, and then a characteristic. So I already have thick skin. Hardened scars when other warriors hit. While under the effect, endure effect, the damage deflection is increased by 1 until next turn. Opening strike. Charge and push. Increase damage of ranged attacks. Better to die for the Emperor. Sure, a big stat improvement seems good. And we'll add 5 more to his toughness. Crazy woman. Idara. I think more willpower. Warp Minds. After every 6th use of the Psyker power, the Psyker all enemies gain a stacking -5 penalty. Visions of Doom. Become targets of the Psyker. Weak Hearts. Enemies suffering from blinded, stunned, immobilized, or prone effects take 10% more damage. Psychic Barrage. Whenever the Psyker uses a damaging Psychic power on targets that are 6 cells or further, the target suffer an additional +3 damage. Second Sight. Psychic powers that have a range of 2 cells or more have their range increased by 4. I'm going to go with that one. And lastly, Argenta. Argent means silver. So she's Miss Silver. Ballistic skill. We're going to give her some more agility. Demolitions engineer. She's already at 60. Fortress. Soldier has full cover against enemy. Soldier gains plus 10% damage. Integrity. Muzzle velocity. First hit of each burst deals additional damage equal to the weapon's current rate of fire. Point blank. All the soldiers' area attacks gain bonus armor pen. Second skin. Soldier's medium armor does not reduce dodge. That's pretty good. Is she currently wearing medium armor? Let's find out. That shows weapons, but not her current armor. Available skills. Let's see. Dodge, armor is 25%. That's medium, I think. So we'll give her second skin. And we are done. Let's go ahead and save over that.
Is there money to be made?
Nothing escapes my sight.
See that?
What is that? Trap to disarm. Need demolition. First of all, we're here. How do I disarm it? Ah, there we go.
I'd better myself.
Trap up ahead,
through
order your
my
character to
service.
disable it. If the character enters a trapped area or fails to test to disarm it, the trap will trigger, dealing damage. Sometimes you have a trap mark in the red area. Connect with the dotted line that leads to the mechanism that controls the trap over your curve. If the cursor changes to a trap icon, it can be disarmed by interacting with it. Click left mouse button. If you have the entire party selected, character with the highest relevant score will disarm. Got it.
Always keep your eye on the price.
The Lady Navigator statue looks pristine and new. Guard, defender, guard. Stand firm, we must not let the miscreants defile House Orselio. Fire at will for House Orselio. At us?
You will beg for mercy, but I will grant none.
Stand your ground!
Okay, Dira, let's see. Let's put a Dira there. Argenta there. Me, the handsomest man in the galaxy. There. And Abelard. Start. Nope, can't start there. Oh, I guess he's very limited in where he can go. Start the battle. Who's up first? Idira.
Fortunate turn of fate.
That Argenta for 5. Okay, I didn't realize that that was going to chain that way. All right, that's something to keep in mind. Be a little more careful about that then, shall we? Good. Increases the target's dodge and parry.
Anything else?
Abelard. Argenta. Alright, he's like the leader of the crew.
Doubt is for the weak. None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Good shooting.
Follow my lead.
Why, it's me next. Guard, Medicae. Well, we definitely just want to take the medic out.
I'll make it happen.
Another enemy down.
How many do we have left? We've got guard, guard defender, guard, guard defender, guard. Fair number of them.
My faith strengthens me. Break their morale.
I don't think that's going to work out as well as you want it to, bro. Just saying.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
Don't suppose I can sprint all that way. No suitable path to reach the target. I don't think I have any movement points left. All I have is a sword, which is not doing me any good right this moment. Brace for impact for 1 round. The Navy officer and all their allies gain a 3-cell radius, gain +2 deflection. We'll hold on to that, I think.
Onward!
Oops! They shot one of their own again. They keep doing that. They're just not especially good shots. What's the range on this? 1 creature within a 10-cell radius. Sorry. The range on that is 12 cells. Well, let's see. We can move her. Don't know. To there, I guess. No, that's not going to work. Not there. Not. I think we're just going to sit on her for now. %31% chance. 37% chance.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
That's a miss.
Stay vigilant. Weapon at the ready.
Me. 81% chance. 95. Is that I can't shoot? That's an I can't shoot. Let's take the 81% chance on this one.
Not me. You never stood a
Oof!
chance.
Critical hit. Right in the melon.
Follow my lead.
Abelard will charge over to here, keeping
My
soft
place is
cover
at the
up.
fore.
Can Adira... Oh, she's got a gun, too. I hadn't even thought of that. Why I'm not... Oh, I haven't moved. So she can move to there.
They who discern the future own the battlefield.
Why do I not have access to my skills here? The psychic skills. There we are. Don't know what that is. I get pop-ups saying I can't do stuff. I don't know why. But can I hit them? I can. That should get both of them.
Will do.
As I said. Argenta. We'll move to there. Where's the other guy? There he is.
That is not the Emperor's will.
How about me, then?
I refuse.
I can't. How about I give him a target?
I am ready for whatever comes. I'll make it happen.
Yeah. Are there any more of them? No, we're all standing up, it looks like. What do we got? Medium armor. Las pistols. Scrappy auto pistol, a sword. That all of them? We've got those ones down there. More of the same, it looks like. Which one was the commander? That was the squad commander. He might have something special on him. No, we just got lots and lots of not very good armor and poor weapons, as best I can tell. But there was...
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
There was a box over here somewhere, which is why I came this way in the first place. Guard, Abelard, guard. Oh, the medicos also might be worth checking. The Medicae. Nope, he doesn't have anything either. So let's see. Loot. Guard. So there's loot behind us. To the right over here. It's loot over somewhere over here. I can't see it. Guard. There was something that just said regular loot, but it wasn't connected to a guard. So it should be like right here. But I'm not seeing anything. I want my fat loot. Fine, fine, fine. We'll do without.
I always have a backup plan.
Do I always actually have a backup plan? I don't think I do. Guard defender. We got loot on the other side at least. Well, we'll get our loot over there then. Fine, you don't want to give me your loot over here. We'll get our loot someplace else. With hookers and blackjack. There's some goods. That's on him. To inventory. Mutated flesh sample. Well, hell yes, I want a mutated flesh sample. You think you just can get those anywhere, anytime?
Let us not dawdle.
I'm not dawdling. I'm looking for fat loot.
Pay attention.
Oh, there it is. No, there it's not. Yeah, and we've got it. A little purple box. I saw that.
I always keep my options open.
Oh, pause. That is a Ripper auto pistol. A little different. Sure, we'll collect that. In combat, a character may use different kinds of weapon which can be prepared, and that allows you to swap. Got it. That's so that would be like ooh, goods in there. Meteorite chunk. Well, who doesn't like a nice chunky meteorite? So it should be over here somewhere. Should be just to the left of the field of view.
Success is the only
Most of these
outcome
unfortunate
I
souls took their
accept.
own lives by slicing their guts wide open. That doesn't seem smart.
Keep your wits about you.
There's another supposed to be. There it is. Goods. Catechism of St. Drusus. All right. I think we got all our goods mostly. No, we got loot, loot, and loot back over there. Those are guards. So this should be basically like right in front of us. Goods. It can be hard to see this. Is there a tremendous honor? Yeah. Intercepted conversation between the security officers. Library is full of treatises by the most distinguished of scholars in the Imperium, from Astra Militarium tacticians to Adeptus Mechanicus janitors. There we are. Now we're seeing all the stuff, I think. Guard, 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 guard. And over here, jump over. We did that. That's how we got in. All right, I think we've got everything then.
Is there money to be made?
Reasonable question. Every door is secured by a sophisticated mechanical lock. There must be a way to unlock it from somewhere. We have squad commander didn't have anything on him, right? Like a key or? Nope. Guard defender.
Did I mention that my whispers tell me jokes? Jokes that, once said aloud, make your eyes bleed and blood curdle.
Yeah, that's
Talk about black comedy.
That's a funny joke, all right, when it makes your eyes bleed. That's not really actually all that funny. All right, we're searching for something that'll unlock the door. Well, how about this door then? Since it says open. Everyone over here, please. Everyone. That's not everyone.
Over there.
Where's... Oh, that's... Yep. We're all here, I think, aren't we? Yes, we are. Grab everyone. Well, do another save. Looks about right. We've got a trap. Disarm, demolition. Make sure everyone's selected so it'll use the right person.
Never doubt me.
Not for a moment.
The crew continues to mourn Lady Theodora. I fear it may affect the performance of their duties in service of the Lord Captain.
Well, that's...
In his service, will they find strength and fortitude? Only thus will they turn their hearts away from the frailties that lead to heresies.
She's big on finding heresies, isn't she? Got a door there that we can open. That appears to be a door there we can open. More
Attention
goods.
to detail is the key to success.
Everyone, please. I wish by default everyone would continue to just follow.
I always have a backup plan.
Why isn't everyone following?
I'm restless. Blessed be the road that we take.
We're on pause. Oh, god damn it.
My ears are ringing.
See, that was just bad UI design. It keeps going to pause when I'm not quite sure why it's pausing. Tech use.
I always get the job done.
Clear that with athletics. Are we all still selected? I think so. Is there anything in here? Passage through. And over here we've got athletics.
Nothing's impossible for this old officer.
More goods. Noble silk gloves, +5 to persuasion. We have a guard back there. Did you hear the screams? Move! Sir, are you all right? We can't hear anything. Now I see. You're in league with them. Is this an insurrection? Yes, indeed. Death to the traitors! Huh? Okay. What are you doing? Get a hold of yourself, sir! I've got to say that whoever the sir is... I know you're all traitors, all of you. They told me, they whispered. Hey, who are you? That didn't go well for them. We got more of the same stuff. The guard defender was part and parcel. More goods here. Keeper Theobald graciously agreed to provide samples of his skin growth so we could study the influence of the rebellious immaterium on the flesh of the Navis Nobilite. Just as we thought, navigators are positively resistant to the restless currents of the warp. The God Emperor truly does shield some people against corruption and misery, but let us get back to the study of mortal flesh. Another servant will be carried in shortly. I must ready the organ extraction equipment, adamantine dust, and black water. This was the worst idea that could have entered my mind. God Emperor be praised. I am lucky to still have my head on my shoulders after this reckless experiment. Nevertheless, we did make an important discovery. The adamantine seems to protect the frail flesh of the lowborn to a degree. Having said that, not even the macerator can handle its temper, so we should probably introduce a more complex compound into the formula. All the data related to the experiment were recorded in data crypt K040H or K040H. I'll get back to them later once I'm done with experiment H41OK. I mentioned that the chunk of meteorite found by Keeper Felix subjects is completely useless, although its shining granules could be used to make new paints for the child. Yes, I think I'm going to do exactly that. Sounds like they've had an outbreak of some sort of heresy. Navigator flesh sample. Intercepted conversation. Tremendous honor, yes, but this promotion will transfer the entire squad to the child's personal guard. By the God Emperor, well, you are a strapping lad. You'll probably make it for a cycle or 3. It has worn down better men than me. What even is the point if your brains turn to mush? I may rip out my eyes like Amos did. At best, I'll just go bonkers like that little shit stain that kept stealing our Oh, what happened to that one? Threw himself out of a depressurized chamber because the voices told him to. Calm down. Keeper Felek said the squad will not have to serve the child for long. He even gave us a little leeway. Unlike that fish-eyed. Be quiet, he might hear you. Well, you know what I mean. He almost busted our heads because someone forgot to check the catering unit. We haven't let in a single outsider in over 10 years, but Keeper Theobald keeps finding things to fret over. Imagine the shrieking if he finds out that Keeper Felek didn't make us inspect the hangar after Lord Winterscale's most recent visit. Throne forbid I try to steer clear of the squabbles among the highborn. Some of Keeper Felek's orders make little sense, like the last time he commanded that we cut off communications with Rykad Minoris for a while. Why would he do that? Looks like he grew tired of Winterscale Scion's visits. Well, always a pleasure to aid Keeper Felek. That's right, the highborn have grown tired of each other. Let them deal with it. So we've got some sort of stuff going on here. Unpleasantness of some sort. Nothing else in here, it doesn't look like. Right, so those are the 2 dead guards, and a dead guard, and then there was loot, but we found no loot in the other. I thought we found all the loot in the other room. Maybe we didn't. Guards. Guard defenders, guards. Door open. Goods. Data crypt H41. Okay. Huh. Unknown what it is. Alright, everyone. Looks like we're done here. Back into here. There's supposed to be some loot down here in the corner that I did not see. We've got lore and we've got goods. Data crypt H40KO. Yeah, collect that. And lore Imperium.
That's how it's done.
Statue by the famous Calixian sculptor and chronicler Zacharias Vernon of Magnificent. The 23rd year of this millennium. Original. Did I miss anything there? Oh, that's the library being full of stuff. We came over here and we tried to open the door. It said it couldn't open. I don't think that's changed, but we're going to find out. It's secured by him. Must be another way to unlock it. And I wish to God everyone would stick to fucking together by default.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
So I'm finding that a continual annoyance. We got anything else back in here? So we don't know what we need to get that open. This is the guard room. What do we need in here to get the power back on? Right? Restart the elevator. Must be restored using the cogitator in the guard room. Elevator control rod can be rebuilt in the laboratory. Explore the station to find the answers. Rogue Trader needs to find a new... Yeah, right. Alright, we clicked. We're moving.
Experience. Nothing matters more.
Corpses were mauled. Yeah, we got that. Felic or Celio. Felic's bodyguard. Yeah, that's the corpses were mauled. See if we can get anything more out of Felic or Celio. No, we cannot. And the elevator power is out.
I always keep my options
Can't get into
open.
there. This is one of the things that drives me nuts about adventure games and RPGs. You know, you don't have to make it easy, but you don't have to make it so obscure that you've got no idea what the hell's going on.
Keep your wits about you.
Compared to naval service, that was barely a challenge.
Let us not dawdle.
Most of these unfortunate souls were torn apart. Right, we got that.
I always have a backup plan.
Yeah, really? What's your backup plan right now? Because we can't get past. That was not helpful. Is there another door opposite side? I don't think there was. No, there wasn't. I've got no idea what I'm supposed to do. Did we cover everything down here? Sure looked like it. Well, I think I'm going to call it here for the evening, and I'll attempt to find out offline as to what I'm missing. I'm going to go ahead and pull us back to here. That's a good place. We're going to save, and we'll call it and save there. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. A little frustrated here at the end of the evening, because I'm not sure what the hell I'm missing. And I'm going to say it's 50-50, where it's me going, oh, how did I miss that? I'm so dumb. And the other 50% being, what the fuck? How did they expect anyone to figure that out? As that tends to be the way these things work, sadly. I should be back tomorrow on a Sunday evening at my usual time, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, middle of the night in Europe. Probably for more of this, but right now, who knows? But I do want to thank you for hanging out on your Saturday evening. Have a nice evening. Thank you, and thank you for hanging out, and I'll try to be well, Fat Buddy. Again, guys, thanks a lot. Should be back tomorrow at the usual time. Hopefully you'll see me soon. Have a great rest of your Saturday evening, and I hope you have a really nice Sunday. I'm back tomorrow. Have a great night tonight. Take care, and ciao for now. Good night, guys.